The lawyer's voice cut through the heavy silence like a blade. The entire estate transfers solely to Mr. Marcus Thornton. I sat frozen in the leather chair of the conference room in Stamford, Connecticut, my hands gripping the armrests so tightly my knuckles turned white. Elena Brooks, 32, financial advisor with my own small practice overlooking the Long Island Sound. But in that moment, I was just the unwanted stepdaughter again, watching everything my mother had promised me vanish with a stroke of a pen 3 weeks before her death. Marcus Thornton, real estate tycoon behind Thornton Properties, a company valued at over $180 million, leaned back with that familiar smug expression. His son Ryan, 6 years my junior, smirked beside him. The lawyer, a longtime family associate, avoided my gaze entirely. There's a one-time payment of $10,000, he added quietly, sliding the check across the table. $10,000 for 15 years of being treated like an intruder in my own home. My mother's jewelry collection alone was worth hundreds of thousands. The beach house in Cape Cod, the Manhattan apartment my real father James had bought, all gone to Marcus. Grief and rage warred inside me as memories flooded back. My real father died when I was 8, leaving modest savings and warm memories of weekend sailing on the Sound. Mom remarried Marcus 2 years later. From day one, I was the inconvenient shadow of her past. Marcus's voice at family dinners. Elena doesn't understand real business. Laura, be grateful for the roof over your head. Mom, once fiercely independent, nodded along, her vibrant spirit dimming under his influence. She defended him even when he skipped my Yale graduation, summa cum laude in finance, with only a curt "classrooms don't teach the streets." Ryan was groomed for the throne, luxury cars, executive title at 26 despite failing licensing exams twice, corner office, family vacations. I funded my own career, driving my father's old reliable sedan while Ryan cruised in a Porsche. I wasn't invited to company events. In professional settings, I called him Mr. Thornton. Mom whispered pleas for peace. He provides for us. Elena, don't rock the boat. I swallowed the bitterness for years, hoping loyalty would earn belonging. But Marcus had been planning my erasure. Asset restructurings, joint accounts I never authorized via Mom's power of attorney from my college days. I noticed the subtle shifts but stayed silent, clinging to hope. Her stroke came suddenly at 3 a.m. one rainy March night. The funeral was Marcus's stage, he and Ryan center stage receiving condolences. Me pushed to the sidelines as Laura's daughter from before. My eulogy cut short after 2 minutes. Ryan spoke for 12. Clearing Mom's things weeks later, I found the manila envelope in my father's old desk drawer, yellowed incorporation papers for Thornton Properties from 1998, 2 years before Dad's death. His signature alongside Marcus's for a 40% founding stake. Amendments post-death transferred everything to Marcus. Bank transfers draining Dad's accounts. Board minutes showing consolidation. A lawyer's letter questioning validity. Stamped no action in Marcus's hand. My pulse raced. This wasn't just disinheritance. It was theft of my father's legacy. Marcus hadn't married Mom. He'd executed a corporate coup while she grieved. The betrayals sank deep, forging steel in my veins. They thought I'd accept the $10,000 and disappear. They had no idea the quiet observer had been studying their empire for years, overhearing calls, noting suspicious deals, memorizing weaknesses. Marcus created his own reckoning. I photographed every document, heart pounding with a mix of grief and purpose. This was the spark. The long game began. Days blurred into research and quiet fury. I contacted Andrew Hale, a sharp former federal prosecutor now in private practice specializing in estate and corporate fraud. his Hartford office far from Marcus's influence. "This is sophisticated but sloppy," Andrew said, reviewing the papers. "Fraudulent transfers. Potential RICO violations if patterns hold. Challenging the will is expected. He'll be prepared." We hit harder, ongoing criminal activity. I wanted more than restoration. I wanted the empire dismantled and rebuilt right. Andrew introduced Sarah Lopez, a forensic accountant genius at uncovering hidden trails in public records. We met discreetly in a New Haven cafe. Sarah mapped it quickly. Thornton Properties fronted money laundering through inflated construction projects, offshore accounts, shell companies tied to variations of Ryan's name. Classic scheme, overbill, pocket differences, hide proceeds. The upcoming Harborview Towers, a $95 million project, showed irregularities. Collateral listed assets originally Dad's, now leveraged without disclosure. Mom's decline had accelerated under isolation, forgotten appointments. Confusion Marcus dismissed. A medical note from his golfing buddy doctor cleared her competence, suspiciously timed. I documented every overheard conversation. Tense dinner exchanges about zoning favors. Permits that defied logic. Jennifer Kane, Marcus's longtime executive assistant recently demoted for Ryan's girlfriend, met me at a quiet diner. Bitter over broken VP promises after 12 years. She agreed to feed internal intel. Invoices, emails, transfer records. "He'll ruin me too if he finds out," she whispered. The Harborview project hid pre-sales to controlled shells inflating values for bigger loans, borrowing against smoke. Sarah uncovered a Swiss account using Ryan's SSN with forged signatures. Victor, Marcus, shielded himself by making his son liable. One tip could trigger FBI scrutiny. I established shell companies via legitimate venture contacts in distressed real estate, quietly accumulating Thornton stock, small buys during dips, reaching 18% unnoticed. Stress showed on Marcus, paranoia, outbursts reported by Jennifer. The Swiss loan for $30 million more on Harborview, secured against the full portfolio without board approval, was the detonator. Securities fraud, fiduciary breaches. Jennifer photographed documents during Marcus's New York signing. I confronted Ryan at a neutral Stamford bar. "Your name's on those Swiss accounts. Forged or not. FBI won't care. Help expose it or go down with him." He paled, hands shaking over copies. For the first time, I saw him as another manipulated pawn. The signing details he finally provided after days of torment. Thursday, Mandarin Oriental. Actions over apologies. The strike package grew. 200-plus pages of evidence, historical theft, laundering, fraud. I controlled 32% by then through coordinated buys. The board received anonymous packages alongside regulators and journalists. Stock plummeted 47% by close. Marcus's volcanic call, "You vindictive." I countered calmly with the original partnership proof. Resign or Phase 2 hits Ryan. The emergency board meeting crackled with tension. I entered the packed room in my Yale graduation suit, voice steady despite the storm inside. Marcus Thornton has endangered this company through systematic fraud. Accusations met snarls. But evidence spoke. As majority shareholder via shells, I called for removal. Votes carried. Security escorted him out. Ryan refused his father's pleas, admitting complicity. The board offered interim CFO. I accepted, demanding full forensic audit. Rebuilding began with transparency. Disclose all to authorities. Shareholders. Stock rebounded as investors bought the redemption narrative. Marcus's assets froze. Second wife filed divorce. Jennifer became ZO. Sarah, chief compliance. The poison pill clause Marcus inserted years ago, over 35% triggers for sale at market, became my weapon. Employee pension fund held 4%. I offered premium buyout, framing it as restitution for stolen bonuses. Trustees approved unanimously. Exercising the clause forced Marcus to sell his remaining stake cheaply, injecting cash for bonuses and fixes. His own safeguard backfired spectacularly. FBI expanded probe to interstate fraud. Ryan flipped, testifying against him for leniency, revealing bribes, framing plots. A hidden journal from Mom surfaced via the second wife. Entries detailing psychological abuse, fears of theft. A secret reel will copy. Public outrage peaked. I testified meticulously on 20 years of manipulation. Mom's journal read aloud sealed it. Guilty on all counts. 43 years federal prison. Outside court. Reporters pressed. How does it feel? He destroyed himself with lies. I reclaimed truth. Renamed Harrington Thornton Development. Honoring Dad. 1 year on. The renovated office flooded with light, glass, steel. No shadows. Stock surpassed pre-scandal highs. Ethical projects thrived. Harborview as mixed affordable housing model. Ryan earned entry-level role legitimately. Later changing surname. Proving worth without entitlement. Jennifer streamlined operations. Sarah's programs became industry standard. Marcus's prison heart attack brought a final visit. Hooked to machines. He confessed Dad was his only true friend. Regretted destruction. Revealed untouched Swiss returns from Dad's share. Clean $20 million. You won completely. It was justice. Not winning. He died days later. Small funeral. I placed a flower for lost potential. The $20 million funded Robert Brooks Foundation, scholarships. Ethics think tank. A final unsent letter from Marcus's cell acknowledged my integrity over his power. Framed as reminder, power without principal poisons. Harrington Thornton now exceeds $600 million valuation. 3,000 employees with profit sharing. Transparent decisions online. Portraits of Dad and vibrant pre-Marcus Mom watch over daily updates. I stop each morning, sharing progress, feeling their peace. Marcus was wrong. I'm not alone. Loyal team. Parental memory. Earned foundation ground me. He cut me from the will. But I authored my return. The price of justice? Lost years. Hardened heart. Moral weight of calculated strikes. Was ruthless reclamation justified? Or did it mirror his poison? Blood doesn't guarantee love when money corrupts. True legacy demands integrity. What would you reclaim if betrayed by family? The empire stands rebuilt. Honest. Resilient. A warning that long games of deceit eventually collapse under their own weight.